If your neighbor's house is always dark, there might be a reason he doesn't want you to see inside. People in Brookview Lane always talked about House 19. Not because it was haunted, but because nobody had ever seen the man who lived there turn on a single light. The blinds were always shut, the porch bulbs always dead, and yet, every night around 3 a.m., people swore they saw a shadow moving inside. One evening, a new couple moved in next door. The husband, Tom, kept wondering why he sometimes heard footsteps on the gravel between their houses. Then one night, he heard breathing outside his bedroom window. Slow, heavy, close. Tom grabbed his phone and opened the blinds and saw a man standing inches from the glass, face pale, eyes wide open, breathing so loudly it fogged the window. Tom's wife screamed. They switched on the lights. The man ran back into the darkness and disappeared into House 19. Police checked the records. The house had been vacant for 11 years. The owner, he died in 2012. The house had electricity cut off. No one was living there. But the next night, Tom woke up to find his window open, curtains moving, and muddy footprints leading from his yard straight toward House 19. If you hear footsteps from the apartment above you, make sure someone actually lives there. A college student named Maya lived in a 2-story rental home. Her landlord told her the upstairs unit was unoccupied and would stay that way until renovations were done. 2 weeks later, Maya began hearing footsteps, slow, dragging ones. Then the sound of a chair being pulled. Then coughing. She told her landlord. He insisted the place was empty. Electricity wasn't even connected. One night, Maya heard something new. A woman softly humming directly above her bed. She recorded it and played it for her landlord. He turned white and told her to pack a bag immediately. He didn't explain. He didn't argue. He just said, "Stay somewhere else tonight." But curiosity won. Maya grabbed a flashlight and went upstairs. The unit was cold, dust everywhere, empty, until she reached the bedroom. In the corner was a rocking chair, gently moving on its own, as if someone had just stood up. On the wall above the chair, someone had carved a message with fingernails. "I never left." Maya ran. Next day, the landlord finally told the truth. The last tenant, an elderly woman, had died in that room. Neighbors complained for months about footsteps and humming long after her death. The renovations never happened because contractors kept quitting, saying the same thing. They felt someone watching them from the corner chair. Some neighbors look normal until you see what they do after midnight. A family in Oregon moved into a quiet suburb. Everything seemed perfect, except the house to their right. A 12-year-old boy lived there with his mother, but the strange thing was, no one ever saw the boy in the daytime. No school, no friends, no noise. Every night around 2 a.m., the boy would walk into his backyard and just stand there, facing the new family's house, staring at their windows. The father once stepped outside and asked, "Hey buddy, you okay?" The boy didn't answer. He didn't blink, he didn't move. He just slowly turned his head toward the father and smiled. A wide, stretched smile that didn't look human. The next morning, the mother next door apologized. She said her son had a sleep disorder and didn't mean any harm. But that night, things escalated. At 2:11 a.m., the boy started talking. Not to the family, not to anyone visible. He whispered into the darkness, "I found another one. Do you want me to bring him inside?" The father called the police. By the time they arrived, the boy was back inside. But when officers asked the mother to bring him out, she broke down crying. Her son had been dead for 3 years, drowned in a lake. The boy the new family kept seeing? The mother said she only saw him once, in the hallway at night, smiling that same impossible smile. And since then, she refuses to sleep in the dark, because every time she does, she hears him whisper from the backyard, "I found another one."